Hey, Jeff White, recovered alcoholic. Hey, I don't know. Hey, Jeff White, recovered alcoholic. Hey, just so glad you're here. I don't know who you are. I don't know why you'd be watching this. If you're my student, turn it off. Nothing to do with you. Hey, Jeff White, recovered alcoholic. There's so many topics I want to go over. There's so many things. There's all the stereotypical recovery stuff, which I do love all of it. Heard it 1,000 times. I was 20 years old. I'm 45. I'm an old fat man. Bald, old fat man. I was 20 years old when I first had to go. Actually, it depends how you did look at it, because actually I got a DUI when I was 16. Drove my dad's truck into a tree and got arrested. Was in juvenile hall for a couple days, technically, which was really good because I went to juvenile hall at 11:45 and I counted for a day. Right, I was only there 15 minutes that one day, but I counted for the day. That was pretty good. And I left the next day and they counted for a day. So technically I was in juvenile hall for 2 days, but reality it was 10 hours, and I slept through most of all of that because I was wasted. I don't even know how I got in there. I know how I got in there. When I woke up, I had no idea how I got in there. I was so drunk. Man, that was a long story. And the reason for that story is because then I got, I had to go serve time in community service, and I had to go to an education class. So I was 16 years old, and I had to go to this DUI education class, which is basically a bunch of 30 and 40-year-old habitual DUI people. So here I am with 16 years old, had no desire to really stop drinking. I was just scared of my parents, scared of the law. So I stopped for those reasons, but no other reason. And in this class with a bunch of older people who could all buy alcohol. And it was just it was really interesting. 16 and thrown in there with all those people. So technically that was my first drug and alcohol class. But when I was 20, I got arrested again in the Marine Corps, passed out in an officer's front yard. So he called the police. The MP's on me again. Woke up in my bed. Don't remember how I got there. They made me go to AA. So at 20, I had to go to AA for 6 months or something. Get my little. I don't think I had to get a card checked back then, but I had to go. I had to check in with the base shrink once in a while. So I've heard all the sayings over and over again, and I like the sayings. First things first, easy does it. One day at a time, let go and let God. For the sake of me, there goes I. I like all that stuff, but I don't want to rehash everything. We've all heard that stuff, right? And there's a lot of great videos out there on it. But there's some, I got a BA in psychology. I've been a teacher for 15 years. I've taught the expelled students. I taught the kids who are what they call continuation, which is usually they were behind in credits for multiple reasons. Some of them, they got into a car accident, or I had a student had a motorcycle accident. They missed 4 months of school, so that's why they had to go over there. They were A student. Other students, I had a student who was 10th grade, and he hadn't been in school for 6 years, right? So you can imagine his lifestyle. What was he doing for the last 6 years? With who, right? What kind of parents, what were those parents focused on? So I've had a wide variety of emotional behavior people, and also I got in recovery at 20. And I believed in it, and I believed that when I was in recovery at 20, my biological father was in prison, and he was 30 years older than me, so he was 50, right? So I'm 45, he's still 5 years older than I am now. But I was 20, he was 50 and in prison. I thought to myself, when he and my mom got married at 18, he became a police officer in a city called Manteca, which is not too far from where I live here in Modesto. He was a police officer in Manteca, and then he joined the Army and became a combat helicopter pilot to fight for his country in Vietnam. I don't think when he was 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 years of age that he projected himself in the future as being in prison for stupid, heinous things I don't think that was that guy. I don't think that guy at 18, I don't think that's the same guy at 50. And so when I was sitting there in that recovery center at 20, and I was reflecting on like, and I was just doing stupid stuff. I wasn't like a hardened criminal. I was just a stupid drunk, alcoholic, just did stupid stuff. Passed out on an officer's front yard. I was thinking of my dad, and I was like, man, if I just keep doing what I'm doing, like that's me. I'm gonna be that guy when I'm 50, and I hate that guy. I don't want to be that guy. There's a lot of other guys out there I'd like to be like, not that one, right? And so I believed in it. I drank the Kool-Aid. I'm an alcoholic. I need recovery. I'm in it to win it. And it lasted for about 2.5 years. And then I struggled, what was about 22, 3, on and off again, until I was 38. So like almost 15 years maybe, in and out. And so see, I'm not a unique person by any stretch of the imagination, but the psychological nature of my life, and I was actually a drug and alcohol counselor, and a mix of those 15 years going in and out. I was a drug and alcohol counselor for teenagers and for parents. Man, just imagine how guilt and shame ridden I was then, right? And I was too, because I totally abandoned that job. I had to. I was going crazy. So just I don't know what I'm talking about. I just know there's a lot of stories I have, and there's a lot of perspective I have, and I know there's somebody out there who's going to listen to this. There's probably 20 of you who are listening to this and think, laughing at me and making fun of this, but there's one person out there out of 100 that you can listen to this, and that the story relates, man. And there is hope. There is opportunity. There is a new life. I was a dead man walking this earth, destroying people in my life and around me. Not so today, right? Not so today. Making mistakes, yes. Yell once in a while, yes. A little anger, temper, a little bit, yes. A lot of apologies. I got to go out and make apologies to people and apologize to people I don't want to apologize to, yes, right? I'm still getting angry, still getting upset, still making lots of mistakes. But all those things I just said that are negative on myself, there's less of it today than there was a year ago. And a year ago, there was less than a year before that, right? And hopefully, God willing, in a year from now, it'll be less than there is right now. So there is hope, man. And I totally believe, I drove drunk so many times. That DUI at 16, I drove drunk. I drove my dad's truck into a tree. Blood alcohol 0.27, right? Total blackout, crazy. I didn't die. I should have died that night. I should have killed somebody and died that night. God willing, I didn't. And I kind of believe that I didn't, so that I could be here looking at this camera and finding that one person out of the hundreds and hundreds of people who are listening to this and say, dude, or dudette, chica, there is hope, man. I'm a crazy person. I have crazy political views, but I'm not a dead man walking like I used to. So you can be a crazy person. You can have crazy artistic talents. You can be a crazy political person. You can be whatever you want to be, and there's going to be hope. You don't have to be that addict or that drug addict that's destroying yourself and destroying the lives around you. And I had to pray. My daughter was born. I prayed. I looked at her in her crib, little tiny baby. I was like, God, I am who I am. I'm an alcoholic. I was 37. I was like, dude, I've been fighting with alcohol since I was 12. I give up. I'm an alcoholic. I'm gonna drink. I drink to feel better. I'm 37. I give up. Just don't make my daughter like me. I can remember looking at the crib, praying that prayer at 37. God, thank God at 38 I gave up. I don't drink anymore at 38. But at 37 I was looking at her in the crib thinking like, I am who I am. Just please don't pass it on, right? So anyways, I stopped talking. Main reason I actually was just doing a test video. And I set these lights up and I set this angle up. And I'm just actually just doing it. My kids are sleeping next door, so I'm trying to talk soft. And so I'm just trying to check and see how, like, I got this shirt on. I went jogging today. My hair looks all raggedy because I went jogging today. I haven't jogged. Like I said, I'm a fat man, right? I'm not sure if I'm gonna put this one on YouTube or not. Just wanted to check the sound, check the lights. I think I'm gonna do it in here in the mornings, in the evening. I don't want to wake my kids up, and I can't leave the door closed because my cat, like, if I close the door, she'd crawl like, let me in. So I gotta leave the door cracked open Maybe I put a blanket over there or something. Anyways, thank you. God bless. Excelente.